Well, the old tech guy is back again, and this time we're talking about 4K television. If you're like most home theater enthusiasts, you either got a 4K television or your friends did sometime around 5, 6 years ago, and then you waited. Now, okay, there's been 4K Blu-ray and there's been some 4K streaming, but the holy grail, the excitement of 4K television would be just putting up an antenna and getting 4K broadcasts. So I ask, why is this so hard? It's 2021 as I record this. I don't know when it is when you're watching. It could be years from now. But as I record this, there's still no over-the-air 4K broadcasting. Oh, there's some tests, but they're not usually 4K. There's no 4K content out there. And you have to wonder why, because it can get incredibly frustrating. In order to understand why there's no 4K over-the-air broadcasting when there's 4K discs and 4K streaming, you got to go to the source, and you got to really understand the problem. See, when broadcasting first started about 100 years ago, the way the government thought about it was as a national resource. The broadcast spectrum, the entire range of frequencies used for broadcasting, was thought of as a public trust, sort of like a national park, something there for everybody's benefit that the government administers. That was just the way people thought back then. I have a feeling that if we started this whole thing now, they might think a little bit different. But hey, this isn't that kind of video. So when you look at it that way, anytime there's a change in the technology, going from radio to television, color television, stereo, high definition, well, it requires an act of Congress. And right there, that's the problem. In order to actually start doing 4K broadcasts, you need an act of Congress. You can do some test stuff. They'll let you do that. But just to basically do it is going to take a whole new set of laws. And if you remember the last time we did that about 15 years ago, there were coupon boxes and translations, and you had to start scanning for tuners and channels the whole time for the first time ever. And okay, so we all got past that. And it's going to be a lot easier this time because the technology is a lot more kind of mainstream. But it's still going to take an act of Congress. And there is the problem. Regardless of what you think or which side you're on, Congress moves slowly. At the moment, their last time that they kind of weighed in on the subject of 4K television, they thought they'd be ready to roll it out sometime in 2025. I have a feeling they pushed that even further because it's been a couple of years since they mentioned that, and things haven't been moving in exactly the way that anybody expected. So, will there be over-the-air 4K television? Oh, perhaps someday. But should you worry about it this month? Absolutely not.